Round 5 of the FIA World Endurance Championship, the 6 Hours of Mexico City. At the end of a week of rain, a dry but overcast morning as the fans met the drivers just before the start of the race. Lots of local colour, lots of local noise, with the drivers and the cars on the grid waiting for the start of the midway point of the World Endurance Championship season. As they were flagged away, the dominant team in qualifying, Porsche, had a 1-2 stranglehold on the grid, and that's the way it remained as the race got underway. The number 2 car of Brendan Hartley taking the lead from his teammate, and immediately the GT cars filing into line astern behind. First corner gave us an indication of how tight the LMP2 battle would be, with the 26G drive car just running out of room in the tight fought battle. Number 8 Toyota, best placed in the championship, trying to take the advantage of the number 7 car, but predominantly the 7 car would have the upper hand in the first part of the race. Bruno Senna worked hard in the opening stint to take the LMP2 lead away from Nico Lapierre. The pole setter in the Signatech Alpine car would drop back behind. 98 Aston Martin, second in qualifying to the 77 Dempsey Proton Racing Porsche, got its nose in front early on. That battle would rage throughout the race between the front runners in the GTE AM class. Toyota battle continued. Number 1 and number 2 Porsche quite often close together, but no passes made. The G-Drive number 26 car eventually worked its way around as well towards the end of Alex Lynn's opening double stint to move up into second ahead of the Signatech Alpine car, and the Alpine car struggling with low tyre pressure. In the GTE Pro class, Ferrari had led from pole, but a smoking pass down the inside put the Dane train Aston Martin into the lead of the category. They would be rarely separated by more than a couple of seconds. Great views from the big crowds in the baseball stadium arena at the end of the lap. Cars filing through right under their noses. 4, often 5 wide on the straight. Number 8 Toyota and number 7 swapping positions. The number 8 car getting an early advantage. Working their way through traffic though, the Toyotas were constantly losing ground to the Porsches. But in the LMP2 class, a fantastic battle. The Signatech Alpine and G-Drive battle from earlier in the race continued through the mid-part, but still the 31 Rebellion was out in front. Trouble in GT. James Calado started last in the GTE Pro class in the 51 Ferrari, caught up to Olivier Pla. The battle for third raging, contact between the two, and this final touch, broken suspension on the Ford, pitched it into the Ferrari, broke the wheel on the Ferrari. Calado knew he was heading for the pits, but look at the Ford, the rear right wheel out of control, and Olivier Pla barely able to steer it. He would pick up a penalty for the contact, for rejoining the track unsafely, and for entering the pit lane unsafely. All a little bit harsh. At the front of the field though, the Aston Martin and 71 Ferrari continued, losing the lead to the Aston. The Ferrari team disappointed. Aston Martin took the chance under full course yellow, one of 2 short periods of yellow flags for debris, to make a pit stop, and that put them back in front of the Ferrari briefly. Rain had been forecast for the closing stages. It was never to arrive. Towards the end of the race, Toyota number 7 making a longer pit stop, and that put the better placed championship contenders number 8 in front. Ben Hanley chasing down the LMP2 leader for Manor, trying to win their first race, spun away in the stadium complex. He lost second place as well to the Signatech Alpine crew. They started on pole, would finish in second place, but still a huge result for Manor in third spot, their first podium with a full-term crew. But at the end of the 6 Hours of Mexico, the car that started in front finished in front.
Check your flag. Good job, boys. Well done.
Victory for the number 2 Porsche team ahead of their teammates. The 31 Rebellion winning in LMP2. And the GTE Pro battle, the Ferrari first at the line, but with a 10-second penalty for full course yellow infringements, meaning Aston Martin 95 won in the Pro class. Niki Team and Marco Sorensen claiming victory. 77 Porsche won the AM class, but it was the number 2 Porsche, the crew extending their championship lead as they claimed victory in Mexico City.